Guys, I've done it. I found the book with the least appropriate cover ever. Girl Parts by John M. Cusick. This book really breaks all the rules. It's kind of dual narrative, but not really. It's kind of sci-fi, but not completely. It really doesn't commit to any stereotypes, it simply is what it is and lets categories fall around it. The story looks at two teenage boys, David and Charlie, who live on either side of an artificial lake, and if you took a map of their town and folded it perfectly in half, then their houses would land right on top of each other. Other than that though, they have very little in common. David is rich and cocky, and him and his friends try to break every rule in the book. Charlie is shy. No matter what he does, he just doesn't seem to get along with people. And in the end, he seems to enjoy hanging out with his father and reading about biology more than anything else. They're pretty different in every way you can think of, except for one thing. The psychiatrist at their school diagnoses both of them with disassociation, meaning they don't form correct relationships with people. In the future, there is one way of dealing with this: getting a robotic companion from the Sakura company. They look human, they're programmed to love you, yet there's something about them that just isn't quite right. Girl Parts tells the story of how these two boys' lives are completely changed by one robot girl. I actually really liked this book, and I'll tell you straight, I really wasn't expecting to. The main reason for this was the cover. The cover made me expect something quite girly, quite flowery, and it's definitely not that. It's really a boy book. Not to use the boys like these kind of books, girls like these kind of books stereotype. I like boy books. I know lots of boys who like girl books. I'm just using the terms because they're recognised attributes. I hope you guys know what I mean when I speak of boy books. There's action, there's sex, there's exploring that male type of story. But definitely a story that can be enjoyed by both genders, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's got a certain attitude to it that has previously been associated with male readers. While reading this book and having it very frankly discuss sex, suicide, and everything you can possibly think of in between, I was really impressed. I was reminded quite a lot of Robert Muchmore's Cherub series, if any of you guys have read those. Yes, the content is completely different. It's robot girls to teen spies. Yet the manner in which it refuses to balk from difficult or adult situations is very similar. I mean, I picked this book up on a whim, yet in the first chapter alone I was hooked. I was amazed and stunned that any author had actually decided to start a book this way. Let me show you. The girl was slight, with a thin face, pale skin and heavy-lidded eyes. Her hair was limp, with electric red highlights, damp now and pulled back in a scrunchie. One strand lay against her cheek. Her fingernails, unpainted and chewed to the quick, were still soft and white from the shower. She reached under the desk to plug in the blender, her pyjama top riding up at the back. In a tree outside, a small bird awoke and spied the sky-blue glow inside the room. It took flight, wings fluttering, and struck the glass with a fatal crack, falling dead into the darkness. The girl sat up, oblivious, adjusted her top and opened the squat bottle. She dumped 200 crimson-coloured pills into the blender and added Coke. The blades churned, pureeing the mixture into sweet, glushy gunk. She dumped the concoction into a large drinking glass and took a sip. It tasted like a Coke slushie. She clicked the mouse. A favourite old movie began. She watched and sipped, knees pulled to her chest. The stars' names loomed on the screen in tall letters as the shades of a window overlooking a city street opened their lazy eyes. As those eyes opened, hers began to droop, and she felt suffused with a heavy warmth. One final swallow and she climbed into her beloved bed, pulling the comforter up to her chin. She was asleep before the opening titles ended, and by the time a dozing Jimmy Stewart appeared, her heart had stopped. The blue eye stared. After 10 minutes it ceased recording. One by one the 750 viewers logged on. The show was over. It had been her best attended video blog to date. So yeah, it starts with a online YouTube suicide. Pretty intense. I think this book is so good. I just think it's such a shame that this is the cover. I could never imagine persuading a teen boy in my store to buy this book. And yet I think I know a lot of male teen readers who would absolutely love it. I assure you readers, it's a really good book. It really did grip me when I wasn't looking for it to. It deals with normal teenage things like relationships with parents, when to lose your virginity, and also some of the classic sci-fi questions. Where is the line of humanity? If she looks human, if she feels emotion, is she not human, even if she's made of mechanical parts? And can a girl who is ultimately a computer ever have free will? I definitely recommend this book. Take my assurance that despite the cover, it is really good. Maybe wrap it in brown paper if you have to read it in public. Anyway, leave me some comments down below telling me what you think of The Sound of Girl Parts. Is it something you'd read? Do you actually disagree with me? Maybe you like the cover. Also, on a more general note, what books do you think have had covers that just don't suit their content at all? Leave your responses down below and we can chat about them. Other than that, I'll talk to you on Monday. Bye guys.